It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and we've got a showdown in the NFC North. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Chicago Bears, and it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
And here it is, one of the NFL's truly iconic stadiums, and the oldest one still in use. It's Soldier Field in Chicago. Welcome to another entertaining matchup, folks. Kate Scott, Brock Ewart on the call in this one. And Brock, got a couple of running backs down on the field who can really take over their offenses when they get in the groove.
And I think that's going to be the ultimate goal of both of these offenses, right? I mean, there's just no confusion about it. They want to get their bell cow in that groove and get them going. Find that rhythm where they're ripping off chunk yardage run after run and then just keep on feeding that beast. In a game like this, whichever offense could get that rhythm and run game going first is likely going to be your winner.
Cairo Santos out for the opening kick. And we're underway from Soldier Field. Ty Chandler to return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Vikings, taking the field for their first drive of the game. And we'll take a glance at their 7th-year QB.
If we had asked Sam Darnold, coming out of USC as the 3rd overall pick in the draft, to write the story of his career, I don't think he would have written some of these chapters. But in the end, it makes you tougher. It makes you grittier. And playing quarterback in the NFL is a lot about that. Your ability to just withstand adversity and to continue to get up time after time after time. And Sam Darnold has shown that kind of perseverance.
Throwing on their first play. Pass is caught. It's T.J. Hawkinson. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Hit made by T.J. Edwards.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
2nd and 4. Has the connection to Hawkinson. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They'll say he got 5 there, but Brock, all they care about is the first down that comes with it.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
First carry here for Aaron Jones. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. Tackle made by Jaquan Brisker.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Throwing now, off play action. Completed over the middle. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. That one goes for 17 yards and moves the chains.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
1st and 10 from the 41. Darnold has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down around the 34. Second and 3 now. From the 34. Grabbed by Jordan Addison. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's going to give the Vikings the first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
1st and 10, here's Jones. Broke through the tackle. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. A nice 6-yard pickup. They're going to have 2nd and 4.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Man in motion here. 2nd down carry for Jones. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Chased out to his right. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Minnesota! The Vikings finish up an excellent opening series. What an outstanding opening series, partner. They just wore down that defense as they marched their way to the end zone.
Yeah, it took a whole bunch of that opening script to find a touchdown, but it showed just how well designed that script was. It was the right sequence of plays to keep that ball moving and find the end zone while getting your offense established in its top gear right here early on.
That one right down the middle. These two NFC North teams have played one so far. 7-0 is our score. Back to Soldier Field in just a moment. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Tyler Scott now to return it. Returns looking good so far. This return makes it up to the 37 as he's tackled. So here come the Bears as they get set for their debut series. And they're brought out by a player with immense expectations and promise in the league. He was picked 1st overall in 2024 out of USC, Caleb Williams.
Well, we've had to wait until the 2nd quarter to finally see him and his offense out there. And we're going to see what they have in them here, Kate, in a hurry. Down a touchdown, with how long they've been sitting over there, I know the feeling. You're chomping at the bit and likely going to be pretty aggressive with the football.
Coming out throwing is Williams. Completed here to Komet. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
Sometimes when you're just looking to move it forward, get some small yards on a throw, quarterback's best friend, security blanket. And when it's a big old tight end, that's an extra bonus.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. From the 39. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Just couldn't find Romadunze there. So they're left facing 3rd and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You know, Kate, we see this all the time at every level of football. You've got to catch it first. It's just like when a receiver receives a handoff. You got to secure the ball, then let your athleticism take off.
They'll send out the punting unit. Brandon Powell on the return for the Vikings. And he's hit before he can get anything on that return. So no return on that punt. And the Vikings are going to take over from deep in their own side. Now for the 2nd time this game, we get a look at this Vikings offense. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with the home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them. Right? Turn them against their own team They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
Hauled in left side. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Offense to the line for second down. Darnold now to throw. That's completed right side. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
The analytics are pretty clear. It's hard to move the ball in this league with short little dinks and dunks. You've got to get the explosive chunk. You got to get the big play. And that throw to the outside, that gets the job done.
So flip the field, folks. It's 1st and 10 inside of enemy territory now. Here's Darnold to throw. Rolling left, behind some. This time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
Kate, it's so common that we talk about quarterbacks flushing a negative play, but defenses have to do the same thing as well. When you give up a big play, you got to regroup. You got to calm yourself, and you got to know it's all about the next play. And delivering a sack like that certainly helps.
Back to the line they go. It's second down. Another try following the sack. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Here's Darnold. Short pass brought in. And he's able to get this down to the 36. So we're at the 2-minute warning here from Soldier Field. It's the Vikings, who don't have many options here on 4th and long. Will Reichard now to try the Vikings field goal. Ball on the left hash, the distance 53 yards. Now the distance, but no good. It finds that left upright. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
Man, that is a sound every kicker dreads. I really thought it had a chance to sneak in, but instead, it's rejected by the upright.
Back out comes the Chicago offense for their second drive. And they haven't gotten their legs under them on offense just yet, Brock. 3 plays and a punt on their opening drive. The Bears with some nice field position as they get set. 1st and 10. Williams from the gun. Finds his running back, DeAndre Swift. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory.
Translatable skills, that's what you call it. So effective as a runner, but those same traits that make him a great runner, adept at getting those yards, well, he translates it now as a receiver in the open field.
Bears trying to get everyone set. They're going quickly here. Working from the gun, Williams. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out. Pick up a 5 on that play. And that's a Chicago first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Williams to throw on first. He puts some air under this one, deep right. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Chicago. We've seen him do a lot more to reach the end zone on a catch, Brock. That one was kind of fed right to him.
Yeah, they say the running backs have a nose for the end zone. You know who else does? Every skill guy out there,
Yeah.
because they want to put a touchdown on the board.
Now Cairo Santos on to add the PAT. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bears tie this game 7-7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. The Vikings now set to take the field. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. First and 10 now from the 30. Throwing here, Darnold. He's on the move. And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up.
My goodness, was that some kind of speed off the edge. There's only a handful of tackles in this league that have the lateral movement to stay in front of an end like that. It may be time for this quarterback to start mixing up his cadence, his count, certainly making sure this defensive end can't get off the way that he has.
Everyone's prepped. It's second down now. Trying again, following the sack. Finds him over the middle. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. To throw, here's Darnold. Escapes the pocket. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. Minnesota spends its second timeout here. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Now Darnold. Over the middle and gobbled up by Addison. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. From the 47. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. Still inches to go on 3rd down. Darnold looking to throw. And he won't escape. The Bears take him down. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. He lobs it up, looking deep to the right side. And that one's going to be knocked away, and that's going to force a change in possession. That brings us to halftime, and these teams locked up on the scoreboard. It's a 7-7 ball game. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, time for our EA Sports Halftime Report. We thought this one would be a close battle coming in, and we have not been disappointed. They're all even to this point. This has the feeling of a game that could go right down to the wire. One mistake or one big play could turn out to be the difference.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. Who knows when the deciding moment will come? We're underway in the second half of a deadlocked game. Here's a return from the 7. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now after that return, we've got an injured player getting some assistance as we momentarily step aside. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the pistol, Williams. That's going to be caught by Everett. This is ahead for about 5. That tackle made by Blake Cashman.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Out of the gun, here's Williams. That's caught, Keenan Allen. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 22 on that one. And that's good for a Bears 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Now here's DeAndre Swift on the ground. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go, 2nd down. To throw, Williams. Komet brings it in. Decent gain here, but short of the 1st.
Small pass, big result. This dude is just a juggernaut with the football, and once he gets rolling, it gets tougher and tougher and tougher to stop him from playing add-on with those yards.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Now Williams. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
That sure ended up being a worst-case scenario. Pass rush just kept coming and bearing down, and he was looking for an escape that wasn't there. It's just one of those plays in hindsight, Kate, where you really got to understand, I got to cut bait, cut my losses, and avoid such a negative play.
They're out now, ready to punt it. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. And hey, at least he held onto the football, but they will get nothing on that return. No return on that punt. And they'll be backed up a good bit for this drive. The Vikings taking the field on offense. And they sure surprised us, going for 2 in that spot on their last drive. Not sure we're going to see that call come out here again. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Starting the drive with a give to Jones. And they take him down at the 24-yard line. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a Minnesota first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he gets it forward to steal about a yard out of that. That tackle made by Tremaine Edmonds. Manages just a yard on first down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on first down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Staying on the ground with Jones. And he's brought down for a loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
This drive in jeopardy. Here's a 3rd and 10. Darnold. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
Now we'll see Ryan Wright come on for the Vikings to punt this away on 4th. And the sunlight's not a problem for him. He looks up and makes the fair catch. That excitement brings us to the end of the quarter. They'll have a shiny new set of downs to play with to start the 4th. We're tied at 7 apiece as we get ready for the 4th. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Off the play fake, Williams. Finds his target, Allen. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Sure showed off some mobility on that play. Got outside the pocket and easily found an open man.
Second down now, 7 to go. Williams on the play action. Flushed out of the pocket. Steps up and he's running with it. And he evades any kind of trouble, but only a short gain to show for it after sliding down.
That is quarterback play 101. Maybe not the first chapter of it, but man, is that important. Getting downfield, get what you can with your legs, then most importantly, protect yourself. Get down and don't take any extra contact.
He's back to throw. Vacates quickly left side. Oh, he's going to run for it. And he has it up towards midfield before he's taken down at the 47. That play goes for 8 yards, and it keeps this drive moving.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
First down throw by Williams. Has him on the quick hitter. And a solid gain there. Gets him across the 45 before he goes out.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Now an inside handoff to Swift. And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
You know what I like about a second and short run play, Kate? Yeah, I like getting a first down, but you know what I like even more? That's going to set up a play action pass in a similar down and distance, and that defense is going to have to key on the run.
1st and 10 from the 41. Staying grounded with Swift. And he won't win the race to the outside. That run's bottled up at the line. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
It's the 2-minute warning from Chicago. Bears pushing to get within range for a game winner. 2nd and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Back to throw. Has his man, it's Swift. Still has some space inside the 35. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's a Chicago 1st down.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
1st down, here's Swift. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. The Vikings call a timeout. It'll be their 1st. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the 1st. All right, set now, 1st and 10. They run with Swift. And he has this one down to the 8-yard line. Minnesota spends its 2nd timeout here, as they'll meet and decide what to do on this 2nd down. On the give, it's Swift. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. This is Swift, and he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Most of the people watching will forget about that play in a couple minutes, but the coaches won't forget. He has that filed away the next time he really needs to pick up a few yards.
They're all set up for the game winner. Let's see how they approach it, starting with this 1st and goal. Swift. And they're going to do it, Brock. They break the tie in the final minute. It's a touchdown. So how about the determination there? This game has been as hard fought as you will see. But they grab hold of the lead here with a late touchdown that may just win them the ball game.
You could almost feel them saying, Kate, we don't want overtime. Let's go out and get it done now. They accomplished their goal, but you do have to ask the question, did they leave too much time on the clock? Stay tuned.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bears break that tie and now lead by 7. Santos has it all teed up and ready to send this away. Chandler now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now the Minnesota offense trotting out. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And, man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. He'll look to throw it. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. That is Kyler Gordon. And the Bears make the play that should win them this game. He steps in front and picks it off. Looked like he missed the spot there, partner. Maybe because he threw it on the run?
Yeah, I think that's exactly the case, Kate. You know, you get set in the pocket. This game is fast anyway. Things are flying, but once you get on the run, it is a whole nother speed and really becomes advantage defense as they take it away.
Chicago's offense trotting out there for another series. That defensive stand might have been the final effort needed to seal away the victory, Brock, but can't quite take off the pads just yet. Offense has to finish this one out.
Yeah, a few things here, Kate, to keep in mind, right? You got to slow the game down as a quarterback. Take every second off the clock. If you're handling the ball, you guard it with your life, and you make sure your defense doesn't come on the field again. They just did their job. Now you got to do yours. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So the Bears come away with the win. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So that puts a bow on this one. For my partner, Brock Heward, and everyone involved on our crew, I'm Kate Scott signing off. This has been another presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. The Bears winners as we say so long from Chicago.